start working on the membership level without having a karma system built in?
Oh no, actually I can because I just want to be able to set the titles. It doesn't mean that I mean the calculation with the karma titles and then creating membership levels from that is can be added as another story, just
Oh,
sort
okay,
of
so
like
basically,
integrating
like
the two.
you want to
So
have a
I'm
database
doing,
column with the title of that person, the role in the
yeah,
organization.
pretty much. Yes, just have that and have a way to display it. That's all. But I found out I
Okay.
don't need to do anything too much because I can actually use the access taggable gem that we've already included. So I can just add a title or a role or level, whatever, and it
Yeah, that's right.
works. And that was too simple, so I decided I'll play around with the presenter pattern as well. Because this is literally everything that I had to do. And well, have it on the show page
Edit and show
somehow.
page, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, I wanted to try out the presenter pattern. I think John was playing around with that, but I don't think he's around right now. So that's a shame. I wonder if you've ever uh, played around with it before.
No, I haven't. Let me just go through what is it.
Okay. Well, it's a pattern where you take all the logic that's related to the views and the models. That connects the views and the models and put them in a separate class or module, depending on whatever you prefer. Yeah. So things like, in fact, like the user display name and the gravatar, they all can go into a
Oh,
separate
okay.
class. Yeah. And that will just construct whatever HTML or formatting all the fields. So the idea is to keep all the logic that's related to presenting the model in the view in a separate class. So there's a couple of, I'm not sure how am I going to implement it. This is what looks like what Ryan Bates has been doing. He has a little helper method, present something with something, and then pass the presenter in. I don't know if I like that. I wanted to try something like user.presenter, but then that could be a little bit verbose. So I'm just wondering
I
what's the
mean,
best.
I
Hmm?
mean, you could have a like just like services and all the other stuff. Could have a
Yeah,
presenters
I could.
directory and have a class like user presenter.
Yeah, I did create that already. I'm just wondering what's the best way to use it in the view. Like what the syntax. Like I can call it this. I can do this. Use it a presenter. That could be one way to do it. Or I could do it just like Ryan did with a block. Block sounds nicer, so maybe present. Oops, present. No, each to user, and then do something like present user to presenter, and something like that. And here I can do like present. What am I doing? Presenter dot gravatar or something.
And another solution might be like you could have the presenter as a module, and then you could mix
Yeah,
in
I
that with
could
the
mix
user
it in
class.
as well. Although I think uh, I'm not sure about the mixing in part. I considered that, but I was thinking, hmm, and then there's no real clear separation between the presenter and the model. Having it in this way means you're clearly using the presenter. Mixing in with the model is, I don't know. Maybe that's okay, maybe not. I'm gonna get more
And
opinions on this. Hmm?
and one more thing is like, so, sometimes how much are you really saving with that? I mean, it's just one line that's not really used much anywhere else.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're extracting that one line into a presenter, right? But how much are you saving, or like, I mean,
You mean like the
like,
Gravatar?
yeah, I mean that's just used at one place, right, in the show page, and then that
Nope,
won't really help.
that's used in a bunch of places. That's used in the
Like,
members index page, the show page, the the thumbnail on the top for your accounts page. It's also used in the projects page, the show page where you show the members. Yeah, so it's used in quite a lot of places.
okay, then yeah, that's reasonable then.
And I'm thinking the display name as well should be um, let me think. Yeah, the display name is also used in a bunch of places. Although that's currently in the model, I should move that to the presenter. But I don't want to put too much functionality in the presenter just yet. So I'm just gonna. I don't want to introduce a very big refactor. Maybe I should. Anyway, present user. Hmm. I'm just thinking. Let's see. If I go to the project show page, I have. Created by. Why is this highlighted?
Existing search
No.
maybe. I know.
Well, no, it's definitely not that. I don't know why this is highlighted. Anyway, user.display name. Mm, yeah. So part of this is really trying to decide as well what's the best way to present this. I could have it as a module, I could have it as a separate class. But picking which one is always the hard part. Present.
The second alternative kind of
Hmm?
violates the law of Demeter, right? 15.
Sorry?
The second alternative kind of violates the law of Demeter because you're, or maybe it doesn't because presenter isn't a part of the user object. But again,
No, it's just. What do you mean by the law of Demeter? I don't think I've heard of that law.
oh, it's basically a law is that you shouldn't be exploring around the internals of any object, and that on every line you should just have one dot. And I'll just paste a link that's they'll say
Okay,
it in more detail than I can. So
that's an interesting law. Not, not having more than one dot.
yeah, here it's in the chat. It's in the group chat.
Law of Demeter.
It's one of the very popular laws in the Rails community. Yeah, but I think that's not valid because the like what do you say, the presenter isn't an association, but still.
Yeah. Well, there's the law of Demeter. Yeah, it's a good. I guess it's a good law. One way about this is having this block here. So
Yeah,
yeah, but still thinking. Percent. Another way to avoid that is mixing it in the model.
Yeah, like user.gravatar for or user.gravatar.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hi guys,
Hello,
Hey, Marcelo.
Marcelo.
how are you?
Welcome. I'm good. Good. How about yourself? You just
All
get up.
right, so far. Yeah, yeah, early morning, Saturday.
Yep.
What are you
We
guys
seem
working
to
on?
be uh, some website
Member.
conferences. Yeah,
Sorry.
nothing. Go on.
Member titles. We're working on membership titles.
Member
So if
titles in website
yeah.
one.
Yep.
Yeah, or membership levels. That might make more
Or
sense.
levels or title. I was thinking of giving them like special titles anyway. Thomas and Sam should be labeled co-founders.
Yeah,
That's long
and
overdue. Then we can have senior members as well.
then people who are just, what do you say, do nothing, just are a user. Visitors.
Yep. But that's later when we get the karma system we'll add those common titles because that will depend on the karma system. But I just want to add co-founder and founder, whatnot, senior members. That'll be cool. Anyway,
Is
another thing we're also
Oh,
doing is playing around with the presenter pattern.
and
what is
in the background,
what?
I'm trying to fix this Travis CI issue that I'm
Oh yeah,
still having.
the Travis thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the second thing that I found out
Sorry,
was
Marcelo.
weird. Uh, like this, by the way, Brian, the second thing I found weird was, like, if I try to encrypt the same keys with the same credentials like twice, both of them are different. So that will be another problem maybe. Like, I think they use a seed or something for encryption.
That's
I'm not
true.
sure. So I don't know how to deal with that
That's interesting.
at the back end. Like, if I run the same command two times, it'll generate different keys. You have a look at my screen.
Okay, that's weird. You think they generate the same thing? You probably have to log in or something. I don't know.
I'm
Have
logged
you?
in. Hold on, let me
Okay.
try logging in here. That's yeah. See, different keys, same commands.
Uh-huh. Hmm. Marcelo, it's a good thing you're here. Are you looking at my screen?
I do.
Yep. Let me bring it up. Right. I'm struggling between these two syntax. I mean these three. So what do you think? Because when I'm implementing this new little pattern, I want to figure out what's the least confusing syntax for people to use. All right. So this is all I want. All I want to do is
Can you show
um,
me in the browser?
no,
There is nothing.
uh,
There is nothing about
because
the
this
browser
isn't.
here.
Oh,
It's
okay.
yeah.
Backend logic.
Yeah, this is
Oh, okay.
backend logic. So I just want to decide between these three syntax. Like, is it just easier to use user.gravatar, user.presenter.gravatar, or Ryan Bates uses this method, present user to presenter, and then inside you can do presenter.gravatar.
Yeah, I'm totally against the third one because like the method should be returning HTML, and I don't think like the HTML logic has to go inside a model.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's what
Okay.
I think. And then
Yeah.
the first one seems kind of. I mean, I think the first one is better, even though it might be a bit complex, but still the first one seems better.
Right. Another
You
thing
mean
I could
13 and
do.
14?
Come again?
13 and 14, line 13 and 14.
Line 13 and 14. Which one are you talking about?
So I'm pretty sure the first one.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Well, the idea is, Marcelo, we want to separate all the logic that is related to formatting certain model fields like display name, gravatar, all that, and put that in a separate object, so that it's just like a refactoring pattern. So it cleans up the code in the model and moves the logic out into a separate thing. But then the other thing is we want to have a syntax that's not too confusing for people.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, there's a couple of choices.
By
Let
the
me
way,
give you. Yeah,
yeah,
go
can
on.
you just open the users helper for a moment on a side
Okay.
window, or it's the same window, whatever.
What are you looking for?
The users helper, there should be a method there which I want to have a look at. Okay, not this. Like there was a method where where is the user.display name located at?
It's actually in the user model right now.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Because I
Yeah.
thought like there was a method in the helper which accessed a model functionality.
Oh, that we got rid of that eventually.
Okay,
It was removed because
yeah,
there
I,
was it
I think
was
it might have been the display name itself.
okay.
But I remember like I got some errors from what do you say? I got some errors from Rails best practices saying that model method was being accessed from the view. I don't know. I think that might have been fixed, but still, never mind. And John is here, by the way. If you want to have
Oh,
a few
hey
questions.
John.
Hello.
Hey, John.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So we're gonna be playing around with the presenter pattern today, and I am just deciding what kind of syntax that we want to use to access the presenter. So what are your thoughts on this? I don't know if you've had a look at that at all. Have you
I
played
have.
around with presenters? Yeah.
Yeah, I've
So
watched
what
the
did you come up with?
Railscast and read some of the
Uh-huh.
documentation. What's your way of doing it?
Well, I was thinking, I think the Railscast used something like this, didn't they? Like a block,
Yeah.
present user, do, yeah. Another thing I was thinking of was using maybe in the model you can access the presenter and then you can call the method from that. Although Sampriti brought up this interesting law, the law of the meter, that says you can't, well, it pretty much means you can't have more than one dot in
Mm-hmm.
a line. Yeah, it's I guess it's a good law to follow. It's good for refactoring, and this violates that. Another thing was I could use some metaprogramming magic and just call user.present gravatar. Or I could try and mix in the presenter logic with a user by including it as a module, and I can call directly user.present Gravatar. So which of these four approaches do you think is a good approach to take?
I mean, I'd have to look at all of them a little more closely. My preference is decorators, right now at least. Last time I was playing with it, I was leaning most closely towards decorators. So,
What's the difference between a decorator and a presenter?
no, that is the same thing.
Oh, okay.
So we just need to, when we have the user object, just decorate it correctly. Usually you have a small module. I can actually link a blog post that sort of goes through it. A small module that basically checks if current user is nil.
Right.
Decorate it one way. If it's, however you need to switch it, you have all that conditional logic in one little module that then initializes the correct decorator for the thing, and they all have the same API. So then you can just go through and call your stuff on them. Let me grab that blog post.
Right.
I have it bookmarked.
Yeah.
By the way, you might want to have a look at a Stack Overflow answer that I posted on a question on decorators versus presenters.
Rails. I might have seen this one. Yeah. That was what I thought too. Decorators is more. It's not strictly related to views.
Yeah, that is where I think like presenters might be preferred.
Yeah. Although I guess you could call a presenter a type of decorator. Well, no, not quite, I guess.
Oh, and the answer below that links to blog post is the one that I just linked. The same blog post.
Oh, okay.
And it's pretty far down, but if you search for the module, let me find it. I'll tell you what text to search. Actually, probably if you just search module, you'll find it. Yep, module exhibit helper. That's the conditional switch that's used in the code block above to initialize the correct decorator.
Okay. That's interesting. Probably need to read through this entire blog post to get an idea. Can you just summarize it for me, John?
Well,
Probably read
my
later.
summary is just focusing on that conditional switch right there at near the end.
Right.
We don't need to do the exact same setup that they use, but we basically just have plain old Ruby objects that we can just apply,
Right.
cast our regular user as that so that it has the right behavior. I'm not sure if we want to have it specific to the view it's going to be used in. When I was playing around with it with local support, I was using it just for the organization show page because it's like 4 different buttons that show conditionally. Or if you want it to be a more general thing that can get put on at any time, I didn't try that
I
out
wanted
yet.
to have it as a more general thing because things like the user display name, I want them to be inside the presenter. So anything that pretty much outputs a HTML, a snippet of HTML, like maybe for gravatars, I just want to get the gravatar taking out the logic for extracting the gravatar source into the presenter, so that you still have that freedom of formatting the gravatar however you like. What else?
Well, you could use modules, basically where you have some sort of setup that when you come to this page, your user object is going to be extended by such and such a module.
Mm-hmm.
And so this page, you'll be extending it with something that will handle the gravatars.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like the gravatar method will basically return some HTML, right? And I don't think it's good to have some like the rendering related logic in the model. Means that's my opinion. I mean that should be either in a helper or a presenter or some other kind of object.
Yeah, that's true. But if you're mixing it in with the module, the model, it just
Yeah.
affects syntax because all the code is still in a separate helper.
Yeah, that's alright, but still like
Yeah, it can be
you are still
confusing.
accessing it from the user object as from the model, right?
Yeah, true.
What is your why do you think it will why don't you use something like user presenter as a class dot display gravatar or user presenter dot gravatar?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna eventually do. But I'm wondering between these syntax, how am I gonna? It doesn't matter how I build it. I can have it as a module, an object,
No, I mean
whatever.
in the syntax itself, like user presenter dot gravatar
Oh,
or display.
you mean something like? Let me just create a
Where
little snippet.
yeah,
Presenter.new user.gravatar. Something like that, you mean?
no, as a class method. Why do you want it to be? Oh yeah. Anyways, that's right. Yeah, sure. Or just pass in the user to the gravatar.
Sorry?
And either do it like that or pass in the user to the gravatar method.
Yeah, well, that's what we're doing currently anyway. It's here. Gravatar for user.
Okay.
Yep. So we're struggling between all these. Another way that we can do is, although it's even more confusing, maybe back in the controller, we could do, instead of passing in users, we can replace the users with a presenter. No, I think that's more confusing. I'd rather explicitly call out
What
present.
is it again?
That means
What was
something
the
like
last one you said?
uh something like wrap every, let me go look for the show, it's better. Okay. So here we're assigning user equals to user dot find. Instead of doing that, we can do user presenter dot new. Oops.
No. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think that will be totally wrong to do that.
Yep, I think so too, because that's not explicitly mentioning presenter anyway. So that's why I'm still torn between these. Any ideas, John? Marcelo? Marcelo,
I
you're going to be using all this code as well.
I,
Really should
I am
pitch
with
in.
16 to 18.
16 to 18. Okay.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Even
What
though
did you
that might
say?
be, I mean even though that might be complex, but like that fits in good with the presenter pattern or something like that.
Okay.
And then you can reuse that with other presenters as well.
Right.
Brian,
What do
what
you
did you
think?
say about using more than one dot in one line?
Oh, well, let
Like
me
in
give
line 20.
you. Yeah, let me give you the. In fact, the link is on the chat, but Stampriti share this link, Railspec of Demeter, just
Okay.
saying that in one line when you're calling up like a field of any property, you shouldn't have more than one dot.
I mean,
Oh,
you shouldn't be accessing, like, you can only access a direct object or a direct method of that object. You shouldn't be accessing like a dot b dot c. You should just do a dot b or have a method that does a dot b dot c for you.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And but by the way, Brian, what's this new failure we're having? 15 minutes countdown.
Oh, it's a random failure. Wait. Before you don't restart the build just yet because restarting helps. But I want to. Is that on your pull request? No.
No, I closed the pull request, but you can it's
Okay.
on your email that's right now that you got right now.
Right.
My God.
Service
It adds to the
failing.
ever-growing list of random errors, 15 minutes, a user
Yeah.
avatar,
I'm gonna
and all
add it.
that.
It's already there, but I didn't get the line number. Okay.
No, I won't restart
This
it.
is actually
This build will be permanent, so just paste a link to this build on the post. So, I mean, on the
okay.
story, so people can have a
Well,
look at
it's
that.
okay. I'll just add the line number in there.
Yeah,
It's better. Index.
this is so
Yep.
good.
Have you processed some of the pull requests for website 1, Brian?
No,
Well, there's no pull request to process right now.
yeah, there was like you had this Google Analytics pull request,
Yeah,
and
I only
that
did that.
is your own pull request. So.
That's the only thing I've processed. The authentication controller refactoring hasn't been finished, so I can't do anything about
Okay.
that.
I might be reopening the pull request again to try it again.
Yeah.
I mean, this looks
Get it
very
fixed.
unprofessional, but that's the only thing I can do.
So is it okay to merge with Velop? Is it?
Yeah. Develop is
go
always
ahead.
on the best mode,
Develop
Okay.
is it's always working.
I'm just wondering if it was alright.
unless those random tests fail for you. And by the way, one more thing which doesn't happen with anyone else is like I always get random user sanitizer not found or not initialized. I mean, that's just for me, but
Okay. I
I
get
mean,
that too. It's annoying. Just need to restart.
yeah, I think
That
that's
server.
because I mean, when I have Zeus, it happens continuously for sometimes, and when I just run it for Rails, it happens once or twice. I think we need to add a required user sanitizer at the top of the application controller, or I think do we have that already? I don't know. Apps controllers.
Not sure. Maybe.
Yeah, I think we need to do that. That's the solution, maybe.
Oh, you can try it locally since you have Zeus, and if it's happening continuously, and if that fix it, then good.
Okay.
Because I don't really use Zeus right now.
You
Okay.
might want to
Wait.
cancel the build if you can, because it'll give you another email. So.
Can you stop the email?
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure Thomas will come back and see his inbox
Oh,
full
yeah,
of
you already.
Travis failures. I'm sure you can
I
stop the
think
build.
you already got the email.
Yeah,
No, I
probably
can't.
did.
I don't have access.
Really? But this is your own repo.
No, this is I tried it on the pull request.
Oh, okay.
On Java Ventures, and it fails again. So I'll have to find out another way, or I just have to expose my credentials in public.
No, don't do that. Just keep trying. It's no rush, really. We don't have that many
No.
pull requests coming through. Okay. Anyway, back to
Yeah,
presenters.
go on. No distractions.
John, do you have any preference for any of these syntaxes? What do you use? Oh, okay, so you're using Railscast. Present current user do. Okay.
Totally fuck it, motherfucker.
Right. So it looks like a majority of people are going for this syntax. So I'm gonna get rid of all the other ones. So we want to do present
you mean
user.
16 to 18? Yeah.
I meant 14 to 16 here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you happy with that, Marcelo?
Yeah.
Sure? Because you'll end up using a lot of these.
I will.
Don't make the wrong decision now. Okay, cool. So we're going with that. So we need to, but I like the idea of being able to switch presenters based on certain properties. So I'm gonna try and implement that as well. Okay, present. Now present will have to be a. Where did Ryan Bates like implement the present method? Application controller?
Just let me
Or
do a search. It's open. So
well, how did you do it, John? Where did you implement the present method?
application helper should be a good idea because
Yeah, it
this is a
could
V
be,
method.
but John, are you there? Since
Yeah,
John's
he'll be
already
typing in the
implemented it.
chat. He'll be typing in the chat.
I think John did it in
I think
local
you can
support.
just do a search on the top and you'll find it on John's repo.
But present is gonna hit.
No. Yeah, just do a search though.
Pages
Yeah.
controller.
No, yeah, just search that.
Maybe it's in pages controller.
Just enter. Just do enter and you'll find all the. No, just search. Do search and press enter. It'll give you better code. Click on code. That's alright. You need to click on code on the right.
Right.
Or the left when you search.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
Presenter.
interesting.
No,
What the hell?
I don't know. Okay, user presenter. What? Not found.
Oh, it's searching on develop. Go back to that blob. Go back. Or that commit. Go back to that commit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the application controller, according to Ryan Bates.
Okay. Application
Although, in my
controller.
opinion, yeah, I think it should be in the helper because views access the helper methods, not the controller methods. And if you do it in the application controller, you have to explicitly specify helper method for that. So
In the application helper, is that included in the application controller? I can't remember now.
no. What I'm saying is like if you have a method in the application controller to access that in the view, you need to explicitly specify helper method for that method, right? Like helper underscore method present.
Okay.
Because controller methods are usually not accessible from the view.
Presenters do you have a free Railcast for that? Because the one I'm looking at is I cannot access it.
No, I don't
I mean,
think
if you want to get involved in some piracy, I can give you one.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
Why not?
Thank you.
I have all the Pro Railscast downloaded here, so.
Okay. Can you give me that one?
You just
Yeah.
what's the episode number? 287.
287.
Yeah, it's downloaded. Cool. So how big is it? Let me have a look. Uh, 31 MB. It'll take me some time. So what I'll just do is I'll create. It'll take you a lot of time to download, I guess, because my internet connection is upload speed is pretty slow. So just
Okay.
leave it on for 13 to 15 minutes and it should be downloaded.
Okay.
Mm.
But where are you going to download it to?
No, I'll just give you a link and you can download it. Hold
Oh,
on.
okay. Cool. All right. Thank you.
Hmm.
And Brian, if you want it as well. It's there for you.
Yeah.
I forgot how to compress this. Press start चीजें.
Hmm. Can't remember what the syntax is for calling blocks. Yield or block or call.
What is it?
There's two syntax, isn't it, for calling a block?
I think it's just and block. No. It's block.call. Sorry, never mind. It's block.call. Yeah.
Yeah, there's block.call. I think there's also block.yield or
No,
yeah,
yield is
call.
like passing in an argument, or I think you could just pass
Yeah.
do yield. You could just do yield model.presenter and then call the block. You just remove the block argument.
Oh yeah, I can do that. But there's a small difference between those few syntax. I can't remember. One of them uses the current scope. The other one creates a new scope. I think block.call creates a new scope. Hold on.
I don't think there's much scope difference in this. I mean, as far as I know.
Just the one to inherit scope.
It seems like there is no behavioral difference. I mean, there is this question on Ruby proc call versus yield. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
And time difference doesn't really matter. So, and
Yeah.
block.call is 2x lower, so yield is better. There you go.
I can't. There was a very good blog post that I was trying to finish to read, but I didn't got the chance. Oh, never mind. But there was a difference between the two of them. The time difference is one thing. Yield is slightly faster.
I mean, another thing is like I don't think scope matters here, does it?
But I don't want them to be using the model that's passed into the method. Jeez, can't remember now. Yield. Or never mind, I'll just go with yield for now. Wouldn't kill me. Right. The reason why I want to do this model.presenter is because I want to have the ability to switch, just like what the blog John listed. So you can switch between presenters based on a certain criteria. So was thinking of yeah, mixing that in with the model. No, not mixing it in, but
Marcelo, I've just posted the link in the chat. If you visit that link, there'll be a file listed. Just try downloading that file. It'll be on extremely slow speed, and it'll take you 13 minutes or so, but you'll get that video.
Thank you, Sampriti.
It's in the chat.
All right, cool.
And you might be surprised by the download speed, sir.
where did I put the custom error? Oh, okay, there it is. Wonder where do people normally put these extensions? I'm planning to extend the active record base class
Why?
to add a presentation selection function in there. I was thinking of where is the user show?
What are you trying to achieve here?
So that somebody can call model.presenter and get the presenter for that model from there. That way you can also have the logic to switch between presenters based on certain properties.
So you'll be calling it like user.presenter, right?
Yeah.
I think you can just do some meta programming there, like user.class, and then add in presenter and constantize.
Yeah, but I want to switch between presenters based on the model's properties. So that using that way you only stuck with one presenter. But I want to have multiple I want to have the option of having multiple presenters. I could also do another horrible thing.
That helper should go inside either lib directory maybe.
Yeah, but usually Oh, I guess I could have it. No, I can't. No, I want to extend the active record base class so that you can have the presenter method available to all models without having to manually include it everywhere.
You could have in the lib directory, and after the module is defined, you could just do active record base.extend, then your module name.
Yeah, but I think there's a certain convention for extensions. I've used it once, but I can't remember how did I do it. There's like a certain file structure and naming convention, like active record base extension _ extension or something. Okay, lib core extension. Okay.
Okay.
Well, usually people put it under core extension, and then the name is something _ extension. Oh, let me find out anyway. So, no. Lib core extension. And then oh yeah. Record. I think it was something like that. And here I'll do.
I think that'll be something like active record _ base _ extension, because that's namespace, right?
Yeah, active record I have it under
Yes.
subdirectory.
Okay. But I think like if you have a look at the way it's kind of done in our spec, I mean you can just have underscore and that will signify uh, namespacing if you have just one file. I mean I'm not really sure of that, but
Where?
I mean go to the spec directory, spec/lib and /agile wrenches maybe. I mean
Spec
the,
here. No.
spec/lib. Yes, you see agile wrenches underscore bulk mailer underscore spec in the lib directory.
Okay.
I mean that's
Yeah,
a
I could
pretty
have that,
weird.
but the
Yeah.
name's a little long.
Yeah, I mean
Anyway,
both ways will work.
yeah. Class present. Okay, this is just a test. What else? Do I need to add it to the auto loading?
It's already added. Lib the lib directory and that's a recursive add, I think.
Think so?
You might
Okay,
try it out.
can test that. I could test that by
Adam.
doesn't look like it. Right. Configuration. What I could do is just move, or let me try and just create a file in lib record base extension. Okay, just everything here, copy into that. Okay. Let's see if this actually does anything. Maybe not. Nope. How did I do it with before? That didn't seem to work. What did they do? Ah.
Whoa.
Don't know if that's right.
I mean try explicitly adding it to the load path. I mean where are you storing the file at the moment?
Under the lib core extension. Initializer config. Oh, initializer. Maybe I have
Yeah.
it in the wrong place.
But I think initializers is not the correct place to do it. Because I mean initializers deals with things you need to do at the beginning of the start of the app. And this is not necessarily what something that deals with that. I mean,
But
if you could try like explicitly adding it to the load path, something like lib/corext.
yeah, I did. I did it just now. Like the auto load paths,
Okay, I didn't see that.
but it didn't work. Require rails all. Let me try using this line they had here. Implicit conversion of nil into string. Why would they? Uh, nil rails.root. So this hasn't been initialized. Okay, looks like it's been loaded now. Maybe it isn't the best place putting in application.rb. Anyway, user.first.presenter. There you go. So let me find out. Nope. Config initializers. Is that one? Okay. Cool. So it is being loaded. Now I want to be able to get the presenter from here. So it'll be, what is it? Self.class. When you call class, it's already camel case, isn't it?
No, it's in the titleized case.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
same thing. Yeah.
I think you need to do
Spelling mistake.
another. Hold on.
Spelling mistake. Yeah.
I'll come back to this later.
That's just titleized, like just as user or base.
Yeah. Let me find a good model. What end time? Okay, fine. End time dot new. God. Class. Okay, so it's already nice. Nicely formatted presenter. Constantize. Is that the right spelling? Yep, that is. New. There you go. That's our presenter method. That'll be able to get us our presenter. Now, where was our? We were looking at. Okay, present.
Where is the module for the presenter?
Oh, we haven't created the presenter yet. Good point. So that will be under the app presenters directory. So let me create a generic users presenter. Class users presenter. Initialize user. Cool. So now that will initialize a new presenter for us, and then you'll have certain methods.
Okay.
Let's start with a simple one. Display name. User dot full name, let's say. And then this will return. Let's do a simple one. It's just an alias for display name. And then in here, I can replace, user path. Okay, that's fine. Present user presenter. User path presenter dot user. User dot display name. Center. Maybe it is display name. Yeah, I forgot it's not only full name. Okay, let's try this out. Well, I should really be doing this the TDD way. Maybe I will try and be a bit more TDD. Spec presenters. Okay. Oh, I just realized this was gonna fail. Because this is using plural users. Should be user presenter. Then I need to rename the file. Presenters. Maybe presenters. Okay. So that means I have user presenter inside a app presenters, users, user presenter. The reason why I'm doing that is because in case you have multiple presenters for the same model, they can all be grouped in that subdirectory. So let me show you guys. Since there's only one file, it looks a bit redundant, but in the future we might have more. Cool. So, yep, present. Now let's do this the TDD way. Spec presenters. Okay. Spec presenters, user presenter. Now what should it do? It should return a formatted.
So you have a model called user presenter? Is
Yep.
that okay?
Oh, just realized I named this file wrong. Never mind. Yep, I have a model called user presenter, and that will have all the methods for presenting the user.
And where is that?
Display. There we go. So everything here should actually be in the presenter now. Display name. So I'm going to move all this.
Oh boy, I have some problems with that font. Can
Oh, is it too small?
no, that's okay. It's just that when you scroll, it's just it takes a few seconds to get in focus.
Oh, okay. No, don't need that test. I thought I would get syntax highlighting for our spec. That's weird.
So you're getting tests from another file?
No, what do you mean?
You did copy and paste from another?
Oh yeah, I copied it from the
Okay.
user spec.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm trying to move all that logic in here now. So I moved the test over into this class, user presenter.
See, with Yadder, the titles are at the bottom. Sometimes I look in the middle of the screen and I look application helper .rb.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's confusing. I say, what?
that's true. That can be confusing. Spec.
So we're basically reusing the code.
Yeah, well, we're reusing the tests.
Yeah.
Should this test looks exactly the same? Should display the name of the first person or last fields given, name, full name when the first and last name fields are given. That's a better test. First name. Should display anonymous. Okay. It should ignore white spaces. I think this was what the old test was trying to check. Okay. Spec presenters.
Shouldn't that be user presenter underscore spec
Uninitialized
.rb?
constant. Strange. User presenter. User presenter. Oops. User presenter. That's strange. This should have been initialized. Uninitialized constant user presenter. Weird.
But shouldn't the test have the word spec in it?
Oh yeah, true. I will rename that now. Yeah, I noticed that, but I forgot to rename it. Presenters, users. Yeah, good catch. Now when I run rspec, should be spec, but no, could not load file. Okay. It's quite annoying that this is the only way I can load things. 1, 2.
Can you run your teammate, see if I can get better look at your console?
Hold on.
I put it in the
Right,
chat.
teammate. Yeah, okay. I should have opened teammate to begin with.
That's fine.
Okay. Oh. I think you need to SSH to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to user presenter spec. Spec presenters. Cool. Ah, okay.
Magic. Yes.
Welcome.
Yes. So much better. My goodness. Am I opening it too much now? Or am
No,
I
it's okay.
All right.
Active record. Fine. Guess I can't get away with this.
Ah, what a difference.
Uninitialized constant. What's going on?
So, what are you getting?
Looks like Rails is not requiring the presenters. Hold on. Auto paths. Config root. John, I don't know if you have any experience. How did Raphael make it work with the services directory?
He may not be around, Brian. I think he's
Okay.
muted, but so you get an error in that test. It says initialize what?
Uninitialized constant. So that means it wasn't loading the model, the object properly. So config autoload paths. What if I get rid of this and there? Let me try that way. Well, it's doing something. Excellent. So that actually worked.
So what was it? The autoload
Hold on.
load path. What is that?
Yeah. It automatically loads everything in that directory.
Right.
I think I should also do that here. Or should I? Should it be watched? Yeah, why don't I do that? Right. Now the tests are actually failing, which isn't good.
But you got some passing, right? Some were green, no?
Yep,
Oh.
some are green. The ones that were failing. User presenter spec. Which were the ones that were failing? 23 and 33. 23. Oh, that was me being
Yeah.
stupid. Should
Yeah.
be anonymous. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, just me not updating the tests. Cool. Another thing that should not be failing is... Was it a show page or index? No. Hold on. Well, users. Oh, it was index page. So I want this to be the index page. This should not be failing. Nope. User receive. Uh-oh. Damn it. This is why I don't like stubs. Ah. Hmm. That's gonna be a big refactor. Users mock model, right? Okay. Oops. So I'm just gonna use a real active record object here now. Nope, don't need this anymore. User.new ID first name
Hello.
and email. Hello, welcome.
Okay. By the way, yeah, it was Tomas.
Ah, okay. When did he add that? Because I only
Like 2
just
months ago.
Really? For some reason I was having weird permission errors all of a sudden with pull review.
As in, you couldn't view your pull review?
No, as in GitHub wouldn't allow me to send pull requests without authenticating pull review. I guess their permissions changed or something.
Hmm.
I remember that pull review does some sort of authentication thing. We have pull review open for local support too, so it'd be interesting actually if
So Brian, did you say those were real?
Yeah, this will be real active record objects.
Okay.
I prefer these over mocks.
And the reason being?
Because mocks will not tell you when the model actually changes, and it will not catch errors, because you're effectively mocking out all the behavior of the model.
Right.
That means if the model changes, your
Right.
mocks
Right.
won't catch that.
Right.
Which is what is happening. That is why I want to change it. And then which
You're
is
not a
why the
fan of
tests
Factory
fail.
Girl?
No, I think Factory Girl actually creates instances.
Mm-hmm.
Missing required keys ID. Huh.
Factory creates instances
Yeah.
of the users, right?
Mhm. It does actually create instances.
Unless you use
It's meant to
build.
have. Yeah, you
But
see.
what you've got here is fine too.
Yeah. Render avatars link with href. So this is actually a problem. So this test is supposed to fail long ago because we deprecated using numerical IDs, but it's still passing because of all the mocks. Yeah. So, right.
Yeah,
It shouldn't even be passing in the first place.
yeah, I agree. I've sort of fell out of love with mocks recently.
Yeah.
They still have their uses, but I just don't use them everywhere like I used to. The whole TDD is dead debate sort of sharpened my sensibility about a lot of things that I was doing or not doing.
Yep.
So how are you running your tests? Do you have a key mapped right now, or just curious?
Oh
about
no,
your
I'm just swapping to a separate tab and running tests here.
Oh, okay. You're not a fan of mapping a key?
Not really, just more to remember.
You can reference
It's quite a
the
lot.
file that your cursor is currently in with a % sign. So sometimes I map a key that just because the pain of mapping the key is writing a huge file extension, but you can get around that. Just a % sign.
That's cool. I'll definitely have to look into that. So rspec % or something.
Right. I mean, if you want, I could type it for you just so you could see the syntax of it.
Sure.
I normally map like. You don't have comma RT mapped, do you?
Comma RT? No.
Here, let me type it real quick. So it's. Sorry.
Oops, sorry.
Do you not want me to type it now?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
I was, map.
And then is this going to be rspec? So % sign and then carriage return. And so now just comma RT. Now this is obviously going to blow up if you're not in a file that will run with rspec, but.
Okay.
And the neat thing is that it automatically handles, you hit that, it'll switch out into it, and then you hit enter to get back in.
Cool. Let me try that. Okay. That's cool. Yeah.
So what do
That's a
you
handy.
type? What do you type, Brian?
Comma RT. John created that mapping.
Comma.
So colon
RT.
exclamation mark, is that to run a
That's
shell
to
script?
shell out anything. You could just do colon right now if you wanted to drop into herb. You could do colon exclamation mark IRB, enter, and you would instantly drop into herb.
Cool.
Yep.
Right. Let me think.
Are you sure that these user instances that you're creating are all valid?
No, they're not. That's the problem, because it's looking for ID. I wonder if there's actually a way for me to avoid creating entries in the database. Undefined no route matches show. I guess there's really no way about it.
Yeah.
Missing required keys. Or wait, what if users.each with, was it each with index or something?
That's the valid enumerable. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that might
Let's see if
work.
this actually works. Oh,
Are you allowed
should
to
have
call
used
stub on?
comart.
You probably are.
You can stub anything, so why not?
Yeah.
Undefined method presenter. Okay. That's interesting. That means it's not being loaded. But if I did Rails console, and user dot first dot presenter. Oh, undefined method presenter. Now what did I do? Website 1. Okay, I got rid of that. Okay. For some reason, I guess that didn't work. Now let's do, oops, comRT again. Cool. So that's all passing.
Where is website 1.rb?
Hold on.
The upper left window.
Oh, it was a new file that somebody added. It's in initializers.
I'm gonna have to mute.
Initializers directory. No. Username with href not found. Let's see. href users 0. Are we still using IDs? That's funny. Okay, index, I forgot index. It's zero-based indexing. So this
Why
should
does an
pass.
ID of 0 cause a problem, though?
Because it's actually looking for a certain name and a certain href link. So it expects the ID and the name to match, and it doesn't because it's offset just a bit. Okay, now this brings an interesting question. Why is that test still passing? Are we still using?
But
No, we should be
to make this
using
test
their.
more flexible, you could just interpolate the ID of whatever the user object is.
Interpolate ID? What do you mean?
Well, are you sort of hard coding it so that you're only looking for ID 1 and ID 2 for a certain user?
Yeah, sort of, right now. So that's the problem. Hold on. Let me. No, not IRB. Is there like a method dasherize for strings?
There is.
That didn't work.
Camel case is what you're trying to look for, or no? You're not looking for camel. Let me look it up. There is a Rails method in active support. Rails
Okay.
dash. Or did you find what you needed?
Nope. Dasherize wasn't doing what I wanted.
So you want to camel down case it, or yeah, underscore. I think you're right.
Underscore. Okay.
Underscore and then dash arrives.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Slug. Let's see. First name, last name, dot. What was it? Underscore.
Yep.
Dot dasherize. Okay. Now let's see if the test still pass. Okay, now it's failing because, okay, so it looks like if it doesn't find a friendly ID, it's gonna go for the normal ID. Okay, so this way I'm testing. Friendly IDs, expect render to have path. Really, I only need one. Okay. Cool. So I can do it again. Excellent. Well, I have to admit the comma RT is really cool.
Yeah.
When you
Nice
say
mapping.
RT, is the return?
No.
Oh no, it's a custom mapping that John invented.
I just
Okay.
watched some screencasts of like expert Vim users, and they're always like, "Well, I'm gonna map a key for
Okay.
random stuff," and so I just started
Yep.
doing that too.
So comma, the R key and then the T key.
No, here, Marcelo, I'm gonna type something in the Hangout chat.
All right.
Um, so, do you see the thing I just typed in the Hangout chat,
I do.
Marcelo? Okay.
I do.
So that is a command :map, and then the first argument is :RT. It doesn't have to be :RT. Comma is is already set up by Brian to be a leader key, so that's why I chose the comma. RT
Okay.
I just chose because it says run task. I could do RQ or whatever. I just need to pick something that isn't already used somewhere, and there is a whole bunch that are already used. I just happen to know :R something is usually an unused one.
Okay.
And then the next argument is the :bang blah blah blah. :bang in Vim sends a message to the console. It basically will minimize Vim and send a message to the console of whatever you want.
Okay.
So rspec is the beginning of the command, because you do rspec, spec, requests, invitations, or whatever that file extension is. But Vim has a convenient way of whatever the file your cursor is currently in, that extension is alias to %.
I
So
see.
as long as Brian has his cursor in a file that runs with rspec, this :RT will pick it up, basically, and run the right thing. And this CR at the end is something that you need to add to the end of commands, because if you didn't add that, you hit :RT, it would enter the command into your buffer at the bottom, but it wouldn't actually hit enter. So that CR is a carriage return that
I see.
actually
I see.
executes it.
Cool. Cool.
John, I sent you something on Slack. PM.
Right. Cool. This is Jim O'Kelly, aka Ruby Love.
That Ruby Love.
This Ruby Love, that Ruby Love, whatever. So this is tomorrow though at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I might have to be driving my girlfriend to the airport, but I think I should be able to make it.
Yeah, that'll be very important for me. I know nothing. Like, I don't know much about Vim, so.
Yeah. Well, for once, he's gonna have to actually have his Vim set up correctly if he wants to offer any training on it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with his Vim setup?
Nothing is wrong with his Vim setup. It's just that the last 2 times he's completely screwed up. Like right at the start, he's like, "Oh my god, all my key bindings are gone." And so last time I actually just let him SSH into my key bindings, or my box, and we used my Vim with my key bindings and stuff. But he also both times failed to remember to click the broadcast button. So
There was no broadcast button on that Hangout.
Right, he set up a hangout without the capability, huh?
Yeah, but I think there'll be a hoster, that other guy, just from this time onwards. So we won't
Right,
have to
yeah.
At what time is that on Sundays?
Yeah.
Can you send me the link?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll just post this in Tech Talk.
Yeah.
Which tech talk?
Both.
Nice.
Slack Tech Talk.
Okay, so the present is doing something.
Should be free.
Yeah, that guy is pretty explicit.
What?
TDD is dead.
Oh shit, be free?
No, I said like that guy is pretty explicit in his Hangout. So
Oh, yeah. And I'm actually surprised how good he is at presenting to people while taking massive long hits, like, over and over and over.
yeah, I mean that day was pretty weird. One guy was drinking and another was smoking. So I think the other guy had to be the broadcast had to be cut off because he like posted him drinking on the video recording. So that's why.
Oh, that's why it had to come to us? Okay.
Yeah.
So what, it's obviously AFK for like an hour here. What sort of hybrid way of doing presenters did you end up choosing?
I chose the block, so I ended up using the block on over the top.
Okay. Railscast?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I sort of was leaning towards. I don't know if the stuff I linked you from local support made any sense, but this guy was also doing the block.
Okay.
Were you looking at the pro episode? The one where he does it from scratch?
Me?
Oh, sorry, I was on unmute. Sorry, I might have been disturbing. I'll just mute myself.
Were you talking to me?
Yeah, because he does
John?
one with Draper and then one like hand-rolled.
Oh no. I think I didn't watch the Railscast,
Oh,
but
okay.
I got the idea from looking at the comments.
I was watching it at the moment, so I thought you're asking me.
So this should also not break. This should not break the index. Nope, it did break. Undefined method, local variable method, email. Oh, okay. That's just me being silly. I never thought of using bindings for testing, especially not at work. The test suite runs very slow. I mean, just loading the app. It's a nightmare.
Is it a Rails 3 app?
Yeah, it is a Rails 3 app. They've
Right.
just updated to Ruby 2. think they're slowly trying to introduce Rails 3 in. But the upgrade to Ruby 2 broke a lot of things. Which was
Oh wait, you're saying that they just got to Rails 3 from Rails 2?
Oh no, they just got to Rails, no, to Ruby 2.1.1. Yeah. So they just updated to Ruby 2.1.1, but then that broke a lot of things. So I think we're gonna have to be more careful with how we upgrade.
Yeah. I mean, you could always map your key to include the word Zeus in there.
Yeah, could do. But I think I had some problems setting Zeus up.
Yeah, I mean, on Rails 4, I mean, Zeus does not really impact much.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, my
Oh, it's
specs still
Rails
run.
3. Don't worry, it's still Rails 3. Zeus would add a lot.
Our app is in Rails 4, right? Website 1.
Oh yeah, website 1 is Rails 4. I'm talking about my work.
Oh, okay.
The test suite just runs very slow. So.
How
yeah,
long
it was
is it?
passing, wasn't it? To even start the test suite, about 20 seconds.
Yep.
The whole
Now,
test.
after the upgrade to Rails, to Ruby 2, takes about 20 seconds. That's for running one test, not the whole thing. In website 1, our spec takes about
23 seconds.
to run the whole thing. So I have to wait for the time to load that much stuff. It's just huge.
How
So
much
I
does the
rely
whole
on CI all the time.
how much does the whole thing take?
If I send it off to Jenkins with parallelized setup, about more than half an hour, including Cucumber, RSpec, and other stuff they have.
Okay.
So it's huge. It almost takes an hour to run. So
I can see why you guys don't do TDD.
absolutely not. That's not possible. Not with our setup. Not right now.
Although I don't think you have to run more than just a few tests when you're working on something.
True. But still, 20 seconds to bootstrap the entire application.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why Zeus is important. But
Yeah.
I couldn't get Zeus to run. I think I need to.
Yeah, I mean there are alternatives like Spork which you might want to try.
Yeah, but Spork is very hard to configure. I tried that for website 1, and I broke so many things. I just gave up because it was wasting too much time, and I don't think many people would use it. Plus, it would just make configuring the test more complicated because you need to care about what goes in the pre-fork and what goes into the run loop, everything. I decided it was just a waste of time. Anyway, present user, presenter. Should I call it user presenter?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
It feels so verbose now.
It's just a block. You don't need to. Everybody can tell just by looking up
Yeah.
a few lines.
True. User path. I wonder if I should also store this inside a user. Inside a presenter user path. So presenter.user path. Okay, anyway, that's one bit of the app refactored. No, not quite. Title list. Yeah.
Sam Pretty, have you done assignment 2 on Scala?
Huh? Say that again.
Did you get any of my messages about the second week assignment for Scala?
Oh yeah, I just received them. I haven't really gone through second week. I am behind the deadline, so
Okay. All right. Never mind.
uh, okay.
I think I got it figured out. It makes so much more sense.
What's the assignment about? Just curious.
It's sort
Functional
of using
programming.
functional
Yeah.
programming where a lot of what you're doing is setting up methods that return anonymous methods that are like preloaded with certain variables. So
Oh, okay. So like functors, or what's it called? Functions that produce functions.
yep.
Yeah.
By the way, did you know that Ruby has that too?
Yeah. I think many languages have that
I mean,
ability.
like
just by returning a lambda or something.
Yeah.
there is a method called .curry in Ruby as well. So
Really, I did not know that.
yeah, there's a
Let's
method
look
called
at it.
curry on lambdas and procs, I think.
You could make your own as well.
Yeah, just return a proc. In fact, you can't return a lambda, right? Only procs can be passed, not lambdas? Or am I right? No, that's not right.
I think you can return a lambda. I've done it before. Maybe. I can't remember now. Anyway, back to... Let's see.
Holy shit.
Okay. So user path presenter dot user. Oh wait, I don't even need to use presenter. I can just put user, because I still have access to the user. Yeah, this will work.
Yeah? I think it's in Lauren's room.
How many places are we using Gravatar for?
For projects, then on the nav bar, users index and user store.
Okay. I'll get rid of that slowly.
Yeah.
There would be a Gravatar.
I actually don't know if we need to do it. Did you do your passport? I think we did it when we...
There you go. Each member present, member do presenter. User path, presenter dot display name, and presenter. Oops.
The
Okay.
hell?
Don't ask me. Probably gonna break. Might break a million tests with this.
Oh boy.
Current user details. Presenter. I don't know why I didn't get rid of this. Current user details.
Last one, go. Copy.
Okay. Out of curiosity, let me run the entire RSpec test suite.
App jobs.
And also have it running locally. Okay, something breaks.
One question, how do I create a directory inside Node.js or Vim?
Huh?
How do I create a directory inside Vim?
It's not very easy, but there's a command call that you
I'll
can
just
sort
do,
of.
I'll just do command line create from inside Vim.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest way.
Yeah.
Wait, what? And how do I refresh Vim? Is that possible? Like refreshing Vim or something?
Yeah, if you need to open, if you want to refresh a file, just :E.
Okay.
Okay.
But if you're talking about your nerd tree,
Yeah,
you have to hit R.
got it. Thanks.
Yep. A million things failed.
You broke everything.
This is why. Yeah, because of you. Because of this mock model again.
Yeah, like that is one of the things why Minitest is better, because
What's the difference
I mean,
between mini tests?
like Minitest does not support so much mocking. I mean, like it's basically like you just call all the methods, don't really mock much. So then you test the direct thing that happens, and there is not
Well,
much. What do you say?
you can do the same with RSpec, can't you?
Yeah, but I think like our spec is built on mocking sometimes. Like it feels
Yeah,
like
but I
that.
can't read this. So I tried to put it all at first.
I feel I could almost package this into a little factory.
Yeah,
What do you
I
think,
think it's
John?
already there.
I mean, we have the factory, but I think factory girl, doesn't that hit the database?
No, you can just do factory.build. That
Yeah,
won't hit the
exactly.
database.
Create
But that,
will actually
I will,
persist it, and build will not
okay.
persist it.
But factory girl dot build, will that stub out the ID?
That'll be nil. No,
That'll
Right,
be
because
nil,
it's
yeah.
unpersisted, so you'll have
but
to do the same thing.
you can just pass an ID as a parameter, and that'll set it like ID as a hash
I
string.
usually do this, stubbing ID.
Or I mean, you can pass ID as a parameter to factorial, like ID colon 5 or 6 or whatever.
Oh yeah, I know. I guess so. Okay, let me try that. Factory girl dot build. Let's see if this fixes things. Uninitialized constant factory girl. Oh, factor girl. Great. Nope, still failing. No route matches. Oh, okay. That's because I forgot to include ID in here. ID 1. That's better. Yeah, I guess ID will work. Slug. I don't think it strictly needs IDs, just slugs. Okay, so Factory Girl does work. Spec, let me swap this to
What was the
using
difference
Factory
between
Girl.
create and build? You said, somebody said, I think John did.
Yeah, build basically creates a new object but doesn't save it to the database, while create just saves it to the database. Like
Oh, okay. All right.
build is basically an alias for new.
Okay.
Is there any way for me to create like hooks in Factory Girl? So every time so I don't need to manually set a user slug every time she tries to build.
What do you mean by user slug?
Because the slug is used to generate the path.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
If you look at the
right
Factory
now,
documentation, there's all this sort of like stuff that can be computed on the fly as the object is created.
we build.
With build, yeah. After build, basically, could be one of the hooks that you have.
Okay.
But if you just check the documentation really quick, I'll link it in here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Alright, I linked it. I'm going to see if I can find a specific section that you need, though.
Okay.
Lazy attributes looks like one way.
Where can I find that?
Actually, you probably want dependent attributes. If you click the link and then hit Control F, or weird, it seems like you're in a different page than me.
Yeah.
Take the link I sent you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Create. Oh, okay. So I can do slug. Oh, what did I do? First name. Dot underscore. That's a simple slug. Cool.
Well, what you could just do is like add a space in between and do parameterize.
Oh, really?
Yeah, active support and factor. That's what what do you say friendly IE uses. And just add a space in
Okay.
between, yeah.
Yep. Okay, So I didn't realize Factory Girl was this powerful. I definitely prefer using Factory Girl over Mox. Factory Girl .build. And we should have these. Oh wait, this is still. Now, did I include a gem for generating names?
No, don't think so. Oh yeah, you do it, Faker. It should
Faker.
be Faker. Yeah,
Yeah.
Faker.new, I think. Something like that.
Yeah. Hold on.
I think you are using that in Factory Girl.
Not for users, for some reason.
Oh, you just open the
Faker name.
open the projects page. You'll find it. I mean the projects
Yeah.
Factory Girl.
Never mind. I've got the docs up. First name, last name. Yeah, this name dot first name. I bet there's even an email. Faker internet email. There you go. Unless we really do need John Simpson to be around. John. Nope. Simpson. Nope. Then all this really, I could have just used this. And it works. Much simpler. Oh, I'll leave the password as that. Wow. Factory Girl was a lot more powerful than I thought. Now, why is this being tested here? This shouldn't be tested here because this is already tested elsewhere.
Whoa.
Okay. Now, what else failed? User show page. Yep, we're using another mock here. Why am I just not a fan of this anymore? Did Paul find out something?
Oh my god, what the hell? I spent 3 hours on bullshit.
Gravatar 4. Looks like user show page is still using the old Gravatar.
Huh, why did I even do this? So, Brian, I think we need to merge that in. Or just do one thing. Since you have access to the repository, I know it's not the best thing to do, but after you're done with this, create a temporary branch and then just manually merge in all my commits and then push it, and then let's see what Travis does. All right.
So it needs to be pushed from
Yeah.
Agile Ventures.
Yeah, secure envoys are not on Fox.
But then what happens if other people try and push?
Yeah, that's
Would that
another
mean they will
problem.
fail? Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll just
Okay.
need to have a, what do you say, fallback maybe.
Yeah, preferably. If you can set that up. Oh no.
Yeah,
Well, if you have a fallback, that's not much sense then.
no, I
Because
mean
most of
it'll
the
just
time,
not. Yeah, it'll just not work on pull requests. But yeah, that's important again. So,
the reason we're doing this is for pull requests. So
so the only thing is like exposing my Travis credentials or the stolen ones.
I don't know. Let's stay away from that for a while. We don't need it
Yeah, then.
urgently until we find.
Yeah, I mean, like Amazon allows us to just have to like specific privileges on a user. Like I could just have some get and put privileges only on S3, so that might not
Okay.
do much damage if someone saw that, saw saw those credentials.
Who knows?
Yeah, but I guess we need to.
Center. I wonder if anybody else wants to take over for a while. Hope I'm not boring you guys.
Not at all.
Marcelo, is this boring you? Right. There's obviously a lot of stuff here. Why is there inline style here? Anyway, this should make maybe some pass. Nope, worse. Anyway, at user. Undefined method display name for user. Display name. There you go. John, I don't know. How do you create a new mapping in your vimRC? Is it still map?
There's a few different ways. I've seen like nmap. I honestly don't know what all the options mean. Map will work, but
Oh,
off the top of my head, I
I think
don't
map
know.
maps it globally, and map maps it in normal mode. I think IMAP in insert mode, things like that.
Oh, okay. And I know there's also set versus let, and I don't know what the two offer.
Oh, I think let is kind of like a lambda. Set is sets to a specific value. Let
Mm.
sort of executes. Anyway, was it like this? RSpec percentage
Yep. And then
character
character
turn.
turn. Yep.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, yeah. See if that works.
Yep. Let me try that in fact. RT. Yep, it's working.
Cool.
Yep, this is really handy for TDD.
I mean, there's actually a plugin that I use called vimRspec, and it maps "-rs to run the current file, "-ra to run all the files, "-rl to run just that line of the file you're on. So if you like that, you might want to actually check out the plugin to get more flexibility. But usually I just
Cool.
find out all I need is to run the current file. And sometimes I actually want to map it to a certain file. So, like sometimes, for instance, when we were working with the authentication controller last week, I mapped 2 Cucumber files to run every single time. You know, so
Okay, cool. Yeah, I definitely want that. HTML. I need to spend some time learning all these. Learning all the new bindings and everything. How to set bindings. Find out what are the more useful ones. Now what exactly? Ah, okay. That could have been the issue. Better. What is this? Renders big user avatar. Renders big. Mocking stuff out. Image link. Nope, still didn't work. Contains. Wait. Oh, that's why it was being mocked out. Contains image. I don't know. Rather than doing that, we can do .thumbnail. Oh, this is XPath. CSS. There you go, another test fixed. What else was broken? registrations, edit, ERV, edit spec. Okay, undefined method, edit, HTML, Gravatar. Okay. Do another present. Center.
Mm.
Now where's the end of this form? Here. Oh, okay, there's another stubbing going on. Contains image dot thumbnail. This ought to do really. Cool. Yep,
It passed.
yep, it passed. I think you should have a story. Get rid of all mocks that exist.
And use factory girl build.
Yeah, this really is.
But I remember Sam saying that he didn't want to use factory girl.
Did Sam say that? I don't know. Personally, I prefer Factory Girl.
Many eons ago, I think he did.
Eons ago, huh?
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about it.
All right.
I use Factory Girl. Ah, nope, it's passing now. Let's run our spec. Oh.
So
I still
how
see
long does it
red.
take to run the test on website 1 nowadays?
To run our spec about 20, 25 seconds. 25,
And-
30 seconds.
And Cucumber?
About 3 minutes.
Oh,
Application helper spec. Oh, okay. Application helper spec, because I got rid of the Gravatar 4.
yeah, I think you did something in there at the beginning.
Yeah, this no longer exists. So, oh John, I gotta hand it to you. This binding is really useful.
Yeah,
saving me a lot of time. Bulk mailer spec. Now what's happening here? What? So he's using create. Okay. What if I use build? New should equal new bulk mailer dot new options. Okay, so he has to use create here. Okay, this is, maybe I need to have it as a lambda, I mean a block. Perhaps it's only being executed once. Okay, there you go. Cool. Registrations controller spec.
John?
User.create.
John?
I guess he's not here.
I want to show you something, and whenever you're finished with that, either you or John can help me.
Okay.
But you finish what you're doing.
This is... What kind of test is this? This is in the registrations controller test, but they're testing the model logic. Well, Marcelo, let's have a look at that.
Okay. So remember that I'm working on the Scrum timeline.
Uh-huh.
So
how's that going?
Well, this is more or less a spike of what we have.
Mm-hmm.
You see it?
Yep, I see it.
Yeah, and it opens into a model that plays the video, and then we close it. I mean, it's just. But I'm actually doing running the test, and John helped me with. We wrote the test for the controller, and now I want to work on the and the view and the index view. And I wanted to ask you or John, what other view could I use to use as a template?
Sorry, for which one?
For the scrums. This will be the scrums view.
Okay, John had to go. I don't.
So we created this scrums view right here. This is the index. This is what's rendered. You know that page that I show you? That is the page that renders this.
Mm-hmm. Right.
This is the page, right?
Uh-huh.
And I wanna write test about this.
Okay.
So we have a lot of views, you know, like events, projects, users, visitors. So I wanted to see which would be kind of like, you know, where I could grab some of the code and work with it, if you know what I mean.
I see what you mean. I'm not sure, to be honest, what exactly is in your Scrum page.
I have a model, and then I have the container, and basically the container is where the timeline is.
Mm-hmm.
And it just simply renders, you know, it kind of loops through the it loops through the videos through the scrums, and it posts them in ascending order.
Right. Okay.
No,
yeah. Whatever order it may be, I think. Let me think. I don't.
So like I started
Are you thinking? What kind of specs are you thinking of writing to begin with?
Well, I came up with this. I created a file called index.html.rb_spec, and I said, well, you should display a list of scrums in descending order, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
That would be one test.
Okay.
For instance, just to give you an example. But then I thought, well, instead of racking my brain, you know, trying to come up with this test, you know, we might have some other index page where we are doing similar things, and so I was looking at either users or visitors or projects.
View specs should all be very similar, so you can just borrow any one of them. You know what? I completely forgot the time. I think I have to go to, like, really soon.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. So, but I just should look at some of the specs for the index and just grab it from there.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Right.
So,
now, before I go, I want to make a decision whether or not I should delete these tests. This test is wrong. This is testing the model in the controller. And it's also testing active record. This behavior should be in active record itself. What you might want to test is that this is present in the... No. This is just wrong.
What are you looking at right now?
Registrations controller. Somebody, let me
Is that
find
regarding
out
my issue, or this is unrelated to what we were talking about?
Unrelated.
Oh,
Some
okay.
pretty... Oh god, I actually tested it. What was I doing?
Boing.
Well, you know, boing indeed. You know, after After coding for a while, you'll come back and look at your old code and go, "What
Yeah.
the hell was I doing?"
What
Yeah,
the
it's just a
hell?
sign
Yeah.
you're improving. So, yep, now I know what I should be testing, what I should not,
All right.
and I definitely should not be testing that here. Anyway,
So, one final question before you go. The mapping
yeah.
of that key that John explained to me, I understand the concept, but how do you make it happen um, in your Vim console? So
Hold on.
like I have Yadder now set up, so I want to see if you can walk me through that before you go.
Okay. John's mapping that. Are you sure you want to learn Vim? I think Vim it has a really large learning curve. Um,
I have it already set
that's
up.
my
I
only
mean,
warning.
I
Yeah.
see. Yeah, I know.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's a special like Vim command because Vim is on top of being an editor, it's also like a tiny little programming language.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Vim, you can specify mappings. So when you type colon something, it runs the command. So colon map will create a new keyboard shortcut. Um,
To run that specific file that you were running?
well, not specifically. Well, what John did was he created a new command
All right.
that is rt that runs rspec for this file, like the specific file.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Map,
it's
comma, RT,
yep.
colon,
Map
bang,
means
RSpec.
yeah. Map means create a new command. Comma RT is the shortcut, like the keyboard shortcut.
Yeah.
Then everything after that is the command that will be run when you hit comma RT.
Okay.
So that colon, exclamation mark, everything after that is
Right.
Vim language.
Okay.
So comma, exclamation mark means run something in a shell. For example, if you look at mine, if I go back to Vim, I do comma, exclamation mark, any command like ls,
Yeah.
that will do ls. You can see there, it actually has a list of files in the directory here.
Okay.
Yep. Although it's not colored. Yep. So that just runs any random script. So echo. There you go. So it runs whatever you type in there.
I see. All
In
right.
the
So
shell.
what was? Okay. So what was
And then
it
what he
that you
did
said?
was come again?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, what he did was run this script. Run rspec. So it's gonna run rspec, right?
Right.
Yep. And then it
I
just runs
see.
rspec. Yeah. And then the other thing he did was use a Vim specific language, which is like run rspec on the specific file. So I can do, spec models, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. User spec
Yeah. Yeah.
.rb. But what John did was instead of doing that, running on the current file. So this percentage is the name of the current file. So if I do echo this, oh yeah, because I'm not in any file, so I get
Okay.
this.
But if you were in a file, it'll respond to that file, right?
Yeah. If I go open user spec rb and then run echo, there you go. It's user spec, right?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So what he did was
He
run
just mapped
rspec
it.
on the current file.
Yeah.
See? And it's running rspec.
Yeah. I get you. I get you.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
I think the end carriage return was probably not necessary because it's still working without it.
So it is still
So,
working with just with the percentage.
yep.
All right.
Yeah, I really need to spend some time and learn all these Vim secrets. 'Cause that was actually very good.
Yeah. Cool.
Really helpful.
I'm able to kind of navigate, very simply, and then open new windows and look at the tree. That's pretty
Yeah,
nice. Yeah. Yeah.
cool.
All right, man.
Still, it takes a long time to learn this stuff. So hang in there. You'll get through.
Anything on website one that needs to be uh,
Yeah.
taken care of right away?
Right away, no. Let
We're
me go
okay.
back to website one. I think I'm trying to prioritize a couple of stories. I have a long weekend now, so I'm gonna spend the whole time in Agile Ventures.
We have a long weekend
So,
too here. This is
oh
Memorial Day
really?
weekend. What is
Memorial
the
Day.
holiday in
Oh, we
India?
have a spring bank holiday on
On
Monday.
Monday?
Yep.
Huh. Interesting. Here is Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, okay.
Basically, the kickoff of the summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I guess it's the same because I think we're celebrating the end of spring. So
Well,
the
this more
beginning
of
of summer.
the holiday here is more for a memorial for the war veterans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
it has more
cool.
to do with the military that that die in the different wars.
Oh, yeah. I see. I think we have days like that, but perhaps not. Public holidays.
Right.
There are
Right.
Memorial Days, but obviously not on the same day as you guys. Oh, yeah. Anyway, back to
Anyway,
website one. Yeah. Right. There are a couple of stories I want to vote on, but we haven't had a scrum with enough people yet. Especially this one. I'm trying to get this one up.
hold on.
Introduce.
Let me
Yeah.
go back
Bring
to
up
your. I
pivotal.
was on the terminal. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So introduce. I want to introduce a couple new static pages, which are to help new users get started. Because now, when you go to the Agile Ventures website, even though there is this project page, members page, you go in there, but you really don't know what to do. You see a bunch of members, but there's nothing like, what is all this? And, list of projects. There are a bunch of projects, but if you're a new user, you don't know what to do with it. So I tried to put this text, but I think it's not enough. I want to have like a page where it says, don't know how to get started. You can get started here or something. You click that, it sends you off to a new page, introduce you to the idea of, Agile Ventures projects, who starts it, who gets involved, and things like that. Just to help ease new users in, because right now it's still a big step from visiting the site and then joining the scrums.
Okay. So it will be kind of a static page, kind of like getting started.
Yeah, kind of like getting started, in fact.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
a
In
static
fact,
page. But
yep. Getting started.
the feature has not been voted in, right?
Nope, it has not been voted on.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, in fact, I want to edit the getting started page so that it points to all these other pages. Like getting started, you can get started with projects, with members, or events, things like that. What else?
Didn't we have something getting started when you move some of the functionality from the navbar to the footer?
Yep. I moved
Huh?
getting started to the footer.
So what's in there now?
Well, I think the content inside Getting Started isn't really good enough yet.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna think about that, but it's not voted yet.
So,
What I was
but
thinking
let
specifically
me get
is,
this. You want to get rid of that getting started at the footer
oh
and
no,
then
nope, I want to keep it there,
okay.
but I want to add new pages, which are specifically for like projects, getting started with projects, right?
So if you
Then
open
another one,
getting started right now, where does it take you? Just general information?
yeah, general information.
Okay.
And I think this one also needs to be redone. The content here isn't great, so I want to edit this.
All right. But show me the functionality the way you would envision. I mean, somebody comes into the landing page,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And then what happens?
Right. They come into the landing page, they see this, then they read a little bit about this, get started with our projects. Maybe I can have another line here, learn more here, or something, you know? So maybe you read all this, perfect place to kickstart project, but then, what are you going to do? You come visit this page, projects page, but then you just see a list of projects. You don't know what to do with it. You don't know how to get involved. The only way is, like here, join one of our scrums. But that can be really intimidating for new users, How can you just jump into the scrums, right?
Right.
So I was
Well,
thinking,
that was the idea and the feature that I'm developing to
yeah,
archive Scrum.
that helps as well.
Yeah, but it still is not clear, in the navigation of the page, where to go.
Yeah.
I mean, the
That's
thing that
why.
we need to message to the potential developer that comes into our website is more of a ease of navigation of the flow,
Yeah.
So
I think having it point to this page, projects, is correct. But the thing is, I want to have another link here that points to somewhere for new users. So like, you come here and there's a link here, you don't know how to get started, click here or something, right?
Yeah.
So if you're a new user, you're confused, you can click on that link and then it goes to a page where it shows the whole process, of creating a project or something like that, right?
So
Yeah?
go back to the landing page 1 second.
Okay.
So if you go to the landing page and then you go to, you scroll down to, what is it that you were in, where in there? We will have a link in there, something like learn more here.
Yep. And we could also have the same link in projects page around here.
Okay.
Right now we just have this little text box to get involved.
And when they go to the list of projects, right there we should have big saying, like learn here or go here or check here or whatever.
Exactly. And then this text can be moved to the bottom of that page, so then they won't be intimidated by, oh, I should have to join a Scrum first, right? So there can be like a bunch of introduction, like what the whole idea is, and then right at the end, if you're still interested, join one of the Scrums, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I want to have that sort of flow where you go to these pages. There is another page you can go to which is like introduces the concept to people.
Yes.
Because for us, like old members, it's better for us to come here and then we have this index of projects for us to go through, because every time I click the projects page, I want to go here, right? I mean, I want to use this nav bar and navigate to certain projects and start a hangout, right?
Yes.
So that's very helpful to us. Old members. But new members, they come here, they don't know what to make of all these names.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I want to add new static page contents for introducing certain pages to them. Like, what is this about? Same with events and members.
Okay. So in the
Yep.
list of projects, you will have a page, click here or whatever, and it'll
Mm-hmm.
be a static page right
Yep.
there. Okay. All right.
I was thinking either that or I could. Do you? How many people actually think this list? Oh no, I think this is a list of projects index page. I'm just thinking like, if you go to the projects page, would it be makes more sense to see an introduction or a list of projects?
Mm.
Well, anyway, I want to. The idea of this story is to improve that flow when new users come in.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
yesterday I've been looking at all the Google Analytics data we've got. I found out that it was actually buggy, our Google Analytics. When I was looking at the data, it just didn't make sense. You know, let me just show you. I mean, I guess it's wrong.
I mean, the application, the Google application is buggy?
No, I think it's our analytics code that was buggy because I found
Oh,
out Google Analytics doesn't play well with TurboLinks. So yeah, screwed up. TurboLinks screwed us again here. I honestly don't know why we care. I mean, we go through all this trouble just to keep TurboLinks. Anyway, I think first it was right because I found out. Well, anyway, I think it's. I don't want to spend too much time here. It's. I want to go through these stuff quickly because I gotta go soon. Yeah. Anyway, I just found out people are not staying very long. New users come in, but they don't. They look like they don't know what to do. That's what I figured out from
I
the
see.
data. Yeah.
I see.
And also that our data was wrong, so um, I pushed a fix for that. So hopefully in the next few days I'll get something more meaningful from analytics.
In the our data was buggy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, buggy,
Because of
pretty
the
much.
turbo links?
Yep.
Okay.
So it looked like the person was only staying in one page the whole time. That's the problem. Yeah. So that was definitely wrong. Anyway,
Okay.
so this story is just to improve the flow when the user comes in, he clicks on projects or members. If they're new, there should be somewhere for them to go. And also, when you look at getting started, maybe we can have like, a small list of other pages like that. What I said about having the link learn more about projects, right? That
Yeah.
page. I could also have it in the getting started. So getting started can have a couple of introduction. Then if you want to learn more about projects, go here. Or if you want to learn more about being a member, go here. Something like
Yeah.
that,
The
right?
problem with the footer is not a lot of people get to the footer. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
true.
So, but
Hmm.
anyway,
But
that's at least you got the idea. You know.
yep, yep.
Cool. All right.
Anyway, we'll have links to those pages from the projects page and the members page. I think that's the most
So if
important.
I am in a Scrum next week, I'll and we get enough people, maybe we can vote on it.
Yep. Actually, I want to get this one done as soon as possible because I want to work on it while I'm still on my holiday.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, you can
Or
you
I don't
can work
know.
on it.
I could
Uh,
sort of work on it, but I think I need more members. Yeah, I guess I can't force this one to go too quickly. All right. Anyway, there are other stories I want to vote on that I can work on as soon as possible. One is
okay.
the project. activity rating. This one is just a way to rank projects, kind of like the karma system for users, which I think I'm going to take over from Strick. He seems very busy now. So I'm doing the membership levels. After that, I want to take over a karma system, and I'll do these two. Because right now, you know, when you go to... Oh yes, another thing, which I want you to do, actually, help me out with, is this here. We need to vote on this and get this out as soon as possible. Oh, I forgot to chase Thomas up on this. Senior members testimonials. So it'll be nice to have like thoughts from what all the senior members and the co-founders have done. I think Pete actually created an article, but that I think nobody ever followed up. Like testimonials, Scrum checklist, testimonials. There we go. So this page, well, it's not important now, but I think we used to have the idea to write these testimonials that we can put in the about page, but nobody followed up on that. So it'll be nice when somebody comes here and it looks at about us, we can have a couple of faces in there, pictures and people, you know, having their own personal opinions. Maybe like, you know, one or two, you know, a few people's testimonials. So yeah, from senior Agile venturers who, you know, what they've gotten from joining and pairing here, what they've learned and everything, right?
Yeah.
So I think that will entice new members to, you know, join us and things. So
Okay.
I want this story voted in as soon as possible, and when that's done, we need to chase up all the old members and Sam and everyone, like to write this small, like write testimonials pretty much.
Okay.
And we can pick the best ones and add them to the site.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these, I can no. How about this? I can mark things as high priority. How's that? And then you can just go on Pivotal and just see which stories are high priority.
Yeah, I made a note of is the getting started, the project activity rating, and the testimonials.
Yep.
And,
but I can also label stuff on Pivotal if that helps,
if you
like
want,
high priority. Yeah.
Cool. I need to actually I need to run because I need to make a phone call at 10:30.
Oh, okay.
I'm a few minutes late, so
right.
I'll catch up with you later.
Yeah, I'll still be around for the weekend, so we can go over all this.
I'll be around. I'll be around, so we can
cool.
Touch bases later. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye, man.
Excellent.
Bye. Bye.
All right. Bye.